The Chipperman here once again, and Hogan down in his favourite park. It's so peaceful down here, guys. Isn't it funny how you go to some places and it reminds you of other places you've been? Like just this bit here reminds me of my uncle's farm that passed away 2 years ago. I don't know, there's something to just, maybe the bushes, maybe all the birds. I used to sit on my uncle's farm underneath all the trees and just sit there and think. And it was so peaceful up at my uncle's farm. Well, that's how I found my uncle's farm anyway, very peaceful. Now he's gone. My world feels so empty. And I'm not sooking, I'm just telling you about how I feel. Grief, I call it. Sometimes when I stop and think about he's not on this planet anymore, but he's at peace, I suppose. He's not hurting anymore, he's not in pain, he's got no more problems. He lived to a good age of 82, but he died of a massive heart attack, which doesn't sit well with me. I wish he had have died in his sleep and went normal, but unfortunately we can't we can't say the way we want to finish our life in general. We just got to, like he died of a massive heart attack, unfortunately. Sad way to go, and I do have tears rolling down my face sometimes when I think of him. But he wouldn't want me to be miserable. He'd want me to get on with my life and do what I want to do and try to be happy, like he always said to me, just be happy. What have you got to whinge about? Nothing. I've got a beautiful dog here that I've rescued. I've got a beautiful partner. I've got a roof over my head. I've got clothes on my back. And I've got food in my stomach, which some people haven't got. And I'm not saying that to be spiteful. I'm just saying it because they're the things I can be grateful that I've got in life. And I've lived a hard and fast life as I was growing up, because I lived on the streets for a while until I sorted out my mental health issues. Now, living on the streets, that wasn't my plan, but unfortunately, because I come from that foster home and it was all bad, I had no option but to leave that foster home and live on the streets. But out of that foster family, I had one close person that I was close to, and that was my foster old man's brother. He put me under his wing and showed me the ropes when I was growing up. And I'm so grateful that my uncle showed me life and how you go about life. That's why I've got IPEC on my arm, because he drove for IPEC for 20 years. He also drove for Brambles. He drove for Mayonix, T&T, and a couple of other truck transport companies that I can't remember at the moment. But when you stop and think about our loved ones that have passed on, you do miss them, and you do wonder if they were alive, what they would be doing. And you also miss the phone calls of ringing him up once a month and saying, "G'day, how you going?" He'd say, "Yeah, not bad. What have you been up to? Been into any mischief?" And you just cackle on the phone and have a good conversation. Well, they're the things you miss when someone passes on in life and you can never get back. So I'm just grief. You never get over losing a loved one. I don't care what anyone says. And it's normal to have tears rolling down your face when you stop and think about the people that have passed on and you miss dearly, and you wish you could have that conversation once again, but unfortunately you can't have that conversation once again because they're gone. But life is what life is. We're here today, gone tomorrow, so it's very important before you get too old to get on with your life and enjoy it. Try not to think too much and just keep on top of your mental health, I suppose. That's all you can do, That's why I save these guys here, because it gives me something good in life to concentrate on they're a handful, but they're worth it in the long run. You know, they're always happy to see you. You know, no matter what you go through in life, an animal, especially a dog or a horse or a cat, they all can make your life a little bit, I don't know, easier, you know. Alright guys, as I always say, have a great day and look after your mental health. It's bye from Hogan and bye from the Chook Man.